What's up YouTube, Jax here. Hey, today I'm going to be cooking up Cafe Rio's sweet pork. It's a copycat recipe, but it's going to be really good. And so I'm going to show you what you're going to need. Alright, so first off, you're going to need to get, this is just part of it, I'm going to tell you what you need later on, but this is going to be kind of a three-step process. But you're going to need a pork butt or a pork roast, and this is about a 3-pounder here, boneless. You're going to need 3/4 of a cup of Coca-Cola and 1/4 cup of brown sugar. You're going to put it in a Ziploc bag, mix all this together, put the whole butt in there, put it in your Ziploc bag and marinate it overnight for 24 hours. Alright, so this is not really a necessary step, only if you want to, but we're just trimming the fat off and cutting them into, pieces about that size. And we'll show you what it looks like tomorrow. What's up? Alright, it's been 24 hours and we're going to go to step 2 of our Cafe Rio sweet pork, or our faux Cafe Rio sweet pork, or copycat. Doesn't matter, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so I'm going to show you what's going to go in step 2 right now. Okay, here's the stuff. So, after you take your meat out and go ahead and throw the marinade that it was marinating in overnight, you can go ahead and throw that out. We're done with it. Alright, so now what we want to do is add in another cup of Coke, and also, so I got 1 cup of Coke in here, and I've got a 1/4 cup of just regular water, and I just added them together, and I'm going to pour it over the meat in there because it needs a little bit of liquid. Then we're going to add our spices in, and in these spices here I have exactly a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, I have a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, and I have a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder. Just sprinkle that over the top, give it a little mix, okay? And then what we're going to do is, you got 2 choices here. You can either cook it on low for 6 hours, or you can cook it on high for 3 hours, or just check whichever way you decide to do it. If the meat is shreddable and tender, so you can go ahead and take it off. So in other words, if you have it in there and plan on doing it for 6 hours and it's ready in shreddable in 4 hours, go ahead. You don't have to. Basically what we're just trying to do is get it to where it's shreddable. Alright, so I've set this on low for 6 hours, and there's no reason I can't go ahead and move on to the partial third step, which consists of making up the sauce, which is going to be poured over it later. So I'm going to go ahead and make up the sauce, go ahead, and then we can film that, and then later on, after 6 hours, we can just pour this stuff over it. Alright, now we're doing the partial step 3. Okay, so you're going to need your blender here, and I've already measured out 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Now you might be saying to yourself right now, oh, I don't have any brown sugar. Don't fear, make your own brown sugar. All it is regular white sugar and molasses mixed together. The more molasses you mix in, you get dark brown sugar, and the less molasses you put in, you get light brown. Okay, so enough on that. So now what I've got here is some more Coke. Okay, add that. That's 1 cup. Alright, you're also going to need a 10-ounce can of enchilada sauce. Okay, you can make your own, but I didn't feel like making my own, so I just used the canned stuff. This happens to be Old El Patio. Not saying the name, but you get it. Alright, we're also going to add in some more chili powder. Okay, that right there is 1/4 teaspoon. Dump that in there. And then what we got here is a 4-ounce can of green chilies. Add those in there. Now we're just going to blend it up. Alright, I got this blended up. I spared you the noise of the blending. I didn't figure it was necessary to see that, but you can see me taste it. Spicy. Not real spicy, but it's a little spicier. But once it gets mixed into the mix, or the meat, it won't be as spicy. So it'll get toned down. Alright, so this is kind of going out to, this whole recipe is kind of going out to an Australian friend of mine. You know who you are, and you were questioning me about the Coke and the sugar and all that. And don't know if you know this, but Coca-Cola is a great meat tenderizer. So not only that, it's going to give it some, with the sugar and the Coke, it's all going to just blend together really good. It's going to complement everything. So, hey, Coke's not only a good meat tenderizer, it's good for making you fat. It's good for burning a hole in your stomach. The list could go on and on. But I don't drink Coke, but I do cook with Coke. And I'm not talking about the white Coke. Alright, it's been exactly 7 hours actually, not 6. It's 7. We were actually busy. And so now we're going to shred it. My helper is shredding it actually while I'm videoing this. Alright, so this is the juice that's left over. So don't use it, throw it. Alright, so we've thrown out our juices and we've shredded our meat and we've replaced it back into the crock pot. Now, remember earlier when we made that sauce? Pour the sauce all over the meat. Alright. Now, we're going to put the lid on it. We're going to cook this on high for 30 minutes. Alright, here we go. So this is the finished meat that we have here. And what I've done is I've spooned it over some saffron rice. But this is where you can become creative. This meat can be used for burritos. It can be used for tacos, rice. I mean, the possibilities are endless. It's freaking delicious. I mean, a lot of times what I do is I will put it in a taco or burrito. Tonight I just happened to have some saffron rice and I thought, you know what? Tonight I'm going to do saffron rice. I'm going to have a ton left over. And maybe tomorrow or something for lunch I'm gonna do the burrito thing. So I get a little taste. And as usual, it is freaking delicious. You guys gotta try this. Alright, so we put it over the rice, we put the meat over the rice, and now I'm going to show you another thing you can do with it. You can make what I like to call burrito bowls. Show you what that looks like. You can also make burritos out of this and tacos. Right now we're just doing burrito bowls. Hey, burrito bowls, do it. Alright, look at that. We got some lettuce in there, we got some rice, we got our meat, got us some tomatoes. Alright, there we go, a burrito bowl. Looks delicious. Bon appetit.